Hello? Hello? Just testing to see if anyone is able to hear me on this live. Just testing. Um, it's funny because I was intending for this live to be about perfectionism, and on the last installment, no one could hear me. So I'm just checking, waiting to make sure I'm able to be heard. Just checking. Um, yeah, just checking. So I won't truly get started until I know for sure. Just checking. Okay, yay, we have sound this time. This is so crazy to me that I intended to come on here and have a live where I talked about perfectionism. And then I had like a full 30-minute live where it was so imperfect. That cracks me up. Okay, so initially when I came on here, I started off by showing a craft that I was working on. Um, and so I just want to like back it up for anybody that is joining right now. And so basically, in the last part of the live, what was happening was I had a blank piece of cardboard. So this was just a piece of cardboard from a cereal box. And I ended up covering it all with craft paper. So it was blank just like this. I cut these pieces of cardboard that I find up all the time and I save them for crafting. And so now we're at the part where I just trimmed down the edges of the cardboard and I'm getting ready to glue them down. So the final goal for this craft is that I will be making a journal with this art print on the front of it. And it should look something like one of these journals that I have, where there's just blank pages on the inside. Thank you so much for being here. If you're here, let me know if you are able to hear me in the chat if you don't mind. If you're here earlier, I so appreciate you rejoining. Um, so, in okay, so I just put in the chat. If anybody could let me know if you can hear me, that would be so awesome. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going on this particular craft and go back into the conversation about perfectionism. If I can remember, like some of the things that I said before. Um, so I think there is a delay between when I like say things on here and like when the collective can hear them. So I'll just be patient. Um, and it's so funny. So when I was talking earlier, I was saying that like one of my favorite things about like my art is like the imperfectness of it, the humanness of it, and that you can truly feel like the textures um, in the things that I make. But as I've been journeying into like showing my art more publicly, hey, thank you so much for joining. If you're comfy, please let me know if you can hear me in the chat. I would really appreciate that. Just had a whole live that was like 30 minutes and no one could hear me. Um, but I totally understand like being shy and like not wanting to talk. I used to actually be like a legit YouTube addict and like be on everybody's lives and not say anything for years. So all good if you're if talking is not your thing. Um, but yeah, so I'm just gonna keep going until somebody confirms. But basically, what I was saying was that one of my favorite things about my work is like when somebody gets it, they can truly like feel me in it. It's not anything flat. It has like a lot of texture. You can, kind of feel and see the materials that I use. But as I've been going into the practice of selling my work, I've been feeling like, oh my gosh, like, is this too imperfect? Is this, like too homemade looking, even though that's my favorite thing about my work? And so my current journey has just been learning to reframe perfectionism and just questioning why perfectionism is even a thing that exists. Um, and as I'm like questioning perfectionism, I'm realizing that like perhaps perfectionism like is just like a mindset that only like serves like larger businesses or capitalism in general, because like if a company's aim is to grow, right? They need systems. They need things to happen the same every single time. And if there is any kind of, so right now I'm just gonna be folding this cardboard piece in half. Um, I do want to just check in the chat one more time because I'm seeing there's like quite a few people here. For being here. Please let me know if you can hear me. Okay. So, so in my like efforts to be more professional and like put out work that perhaps comes off as more I don't know the right word, but yeah, put out work that comes off as more like it's come from like a factory or something like that. I have really been robbing myself of the opportunity to enjoy my artwork. One of like the first things about making my work that I started doing it for was just to feel like um the work that I was making could allow me to be free. And so then in that I really want to scribble just right here. I think that'll be so pretty. Okay. Okay. But okay. So I just want oh yay, thank you, Tay. I appreciate you. Oh, sorry, I mean Lavendula for letting me know that the audio is okay. I'm so grateful. Before it was I was talking to myself for like a really, really long time, I guess. And everybody was so kind to just be chilling and crafting with me. Um, so um, I am, so for anybody that's just now joining the chat, I will go ahead and let you know what in the world it is that I am doing. I am currently making a journal out of a cardboard box. This is what the finished ones look like. This one I use like all different colors of black scrap paper to make the background. This current one I'm just using brown craft paper, and we were talking about perfectionism. Um, so in so I thought it would be kind of cool to like have like this scribble background in the back of this, because I did it on another design. I want to go grab that one and show you guys. So this one is one that's still in progress, and see like how it has that scribble background. It was so pretty on that one, but now lesson learned, I don't like it for this one. So, or maybe I do. I'll keep adjusting, but yeah, if I don't like it, we're just gonna cover it up again. And like that's truly like the beauty of being an artist. And like back to the talk about perfectionism, like I have like the gift that I can, I don't know, like I don't have to be so perfect. Like, right? If I worked for somebody else's company and I was making this work, it would be so important that, um, I get it right the first time, that I don't waste time, that, like all of these things that like truthfully just don't matter. um, like to my creative journey. And I've just been learning like perfectionism. It only, it only serves like capitalism. It only serves like, not getting close to someone. It only serves, it doesn't serve me. Even when I was feeling like a perfectionist about this YouTube channel and not showing up and being so scared, that didn't help me to get this, I was so scared to show up on YouTube and not provide value to people watching that I didn't show up at all, and I wasn't getting better. But like, I don't know, look at today. Like I totally had zero audio, and people, people showed up for me. They rocked with me. They waited. They were, they were patiently just looking. Um, and that's like what I'm learning is like, as I'm building relationships and building like this art career that I want to have, is like truly like no one who wants my art like also wants me to be perfect, or like is putting that pressure on me. And it's just like outside pressure of me basically trying to be Target. Hey, you did that. Oh my gosh, I am so happy right now. This is like my old school like work homie. Helped me get through so much. So grateful. Yeah, so many people that I've like seen in the chat so far. Marissa P was here. Lavendula, so grateful. Y'all were all pivotal on like my current art journey. But back to talking about perfectionism. So as I'm like trying to like get rid of like this like thought in my head, I'm like constantly just like telling myself like all the examples that I can think of, like where perfectionism and like it being valuable is just like a straight up lie. So there's this study that I was like reading about, and it was basically like there was these scientists and they wanted to like study how trees grow, I guess. And in that process of like studying how trees grow, they decided to create like this perfect like biodome where trees like have perfect conditions, perfect weather, perfect everything to be able to grow. And these trees, they grew super duper fast. And you know what's weird is like I actually want this piece of paper to go under. I know that's like me doing the most, but whatever. I be doing the most, y'all. Um, but so the scientists had this perfect biodome where these trees like had perfect conditions, and the trees ended up growing really, really fast. But to the scientists' surprise, the trees actually ended up dying super, super fast as well. And it was because they didn't have the imperfect conditions that were needed for them to grow strong, to grow resiliently, and like, and then that was like just like the perfect example to me that like perfectionism, like it doesn't even like serve like nature, like it's totally just like it's made up, it's a lie, like it's just like serving like these systems that like we create to like be more efficient or whatever. And like I don't know, like the person that I want to be, like I want to be wild. I want to be like in tune with nature. So it's like honestly, it's not so if that's who I want to be, like I can't even keep on like giving into this lie of perfectionism and like not showing up and not showing my art, because like I hope somebody like honestly like sees my art up close and is like, whoa, like how did she get like all of that texture in there? How did she do that? And I can honestly tell them like, bro, no clue. I was just experimenting, because like those are like the artists that have liberated me to do art, you know? Like like I remember when I first started doing art, when I didn't have like much. I had a my son's iPad, and then I would like draw with charcoal and stuff. And this is like when I was on Instagram and a lot of people were doing digital art, right? And so there was this one artist that I really connected with his work, and he did only pen and ink. And so I reached out to him and I'm like, hey, how are you not scared of like making mistakes? Because, you know, in digital art, you can press undo over and over. And you don't have that luxury with traditional art. And then he was like, mistakes? I don't believe in mistakes. He was like, yeah, I haven't made a mistake in years that I called that. And I didn't understand what he was saying until like years later, when I started to like dabble in um traditional artwork. And like now I like so clearly know what he was saying. He was saying like it's literally only a mistake if you call it that. Like the work is only done when you say it is. If you don't like it, do it again. Like that's literally the like that's the gift, that's the joke. Like ha ha, like you are always in control. Um and nobody ever wanted you to be perfect. You never had to be. Like all that was also a joke. Yeah, so that has been like just really liberating for me to remember that, like that my goal with this work was never um to be perfect. Um and so I just have to like keep remembering that, because like so with this craft show, and forgive me like I'm talking like all over the place in circles. If you know me in real life, like bro, that's just how I talk. I talk in circles. I eventually get to the actual point. But I trust that like like those that rock with me like that, like they're patient enough um for that. And like also even like with artwork being imperfect, like yeah, I want to have good quality work and to give people lasting pieces, but like I don't have to get to like top notch like quality at the beginning. And even like the best of the best most famous artists, when they got to better quality of work, they had been in the game for much longer. They had assistants. Like even back like in like, you know, like historical times, like the great masters, they had assistants. Like, I don't have that. And there's probably imperfections in their work, and like we just don't know it. And so yeah, those are things I'm telling myself to let go of that. So right now what I'm doing is, so basically like this is, I wish this was an on vertical camera, but the other one wouldn't work. So you could see more, but basically I'm just making sure I have like a half of inch of border all the way around so I can cut that off, and then make this really, really smooth. Let's turn this. Thank you guys again for rocking with me on this. This is something that I've wanted to do for a really, really long time. Is like craft and chat, but I was making all the excuses of why I couldn't, because I really wanted to like um, provide value. Um, and I thought if it wasn't perfect, like, am I wasting the people's time? Um, and it's so another story like regarding that, like, and I keep on like getting these lessons like right away so quickly. Um, it's like, y'all, I literally had a 30-minute live earlier and people joined in and watched and it was totally silent. Somebody even said it was relaxing. Like, so even like in what I think I did wrong, like somehow like the universe, it makes it like serve people and like be better than I could have ever imagined. Like all I have to do is plant the seed and trust, make the art and show up. Like all you have to do is like make the work and show up. Like I hope that like as I like stumble and make mistakes and like um yeah, I just really hope that like my art, like at the end of the day, like I hope it liberates someone to be like, oh, she can make art, I can. I don't even intend for anybody to be like, man, she's a mad dope artist. Like, not my intention. Like, I hope someone is just like, I feel like I have the courage to try now. That would mean the world to me, and it has happened like a couple of times. Like me making my imperfect art like out of recyclable materials, that like a couple of friends have like sent me like pictures of like things that they made in their homes from recycled materials, that they felt like they had like the confidence and the abilities and the tools to create. And like um I can't express like what it feels like to sit in your own home, have an idea, have it come to life, crappy or not, and you can use the things that you make. You feel like healed by the things that you make. It is so empowering. And like, how dare I let perfectionism rob me of being empowered? Like that would be crazy. That would be like, that would legit like rob the world of like this lesson that I've learned. And I just have to like keep remembering that. And like, I do plan to get better as I keep going. Like I'm not about to just, it's in like, it's imperfect, just stop there. But like even having like the ability to study my mistakes has taught me so much. And like I couldn't have gotten better unless I made those mistakes and I was able to, like study them and trust the process. Um, yeah, so I guess I'm just saying all of this to just say, like, whatever it is that you want to do, just start, just show up, just make the thing, sing the notes badly, go to the place, because, like, I swear, like, it always works out better than I could ever imagine. Like, literally. I thought I was going to be, like, on here, like, talking to myself. Um, and, like, I'm so grateful. Like, right now, it looks like there's 6 people here. Like, 4 or 5 people liked what was going on here enough to, like, put a like. And, like, this has been, like, far from perfect. And, like, the more and more, like, yeah, even so, when I go on Saturday to like this vendor event, like I hope that like I find the words to like express to people like why I make this work. And like and that people feel empowered. Like, even like with the intentionality of the journals I make being blank journals, like I want this to be a collaboration between me and whoever happens to buy the journal. Like, this is for them to come and like draw whatever they want to, and for them to feel like the creases of where I tore the pages and be like, yep, Marissa made something, so can I. Like, I hope that's what they feel. So I don't want to put like a hole through my table, and I'm getting ready to like put in the like guts of this notebook. So I put this like little foam piece that I saved from some packaging underneath. And then these are like printer papers. Y'all, if y'all don't know, they sell a lot of times like printer paper at the thrift, like full reams of it. And so that's where I get this wonderful paper from. And I'll be putting that into the journal. I thought I was about to put the pages in, but I realized, rewind. I actually want to put the image on the front first. So this is the image I'm going to be adding to the front of this journal. If you are curious about this at all, you can get this on my website. If you go to the gallery and just click on this piece, it will take you to a spot where you can download this art printable. It's 9 by 12 if you print it at full size, but you can like print it smaller, of course. I think I printed this one like at 25%. And I just print these at the library because they have an excellent printer. And yeah, so why not? Okay. So I'm going to center this as best I can on the front cover. And yeah, that looks a lot better than when I had like those, that marker like smudge on the background. Yeah, it looks a lot better. I'm happier with this. Okay, so back to talking about perfectionism and like me trying to like dive into like why perfectionism even was a I don't know, like when is perfectionism valuable? Does it even like have value to me as an artist? So this may seem like off topic, but like one of the ways that like I make sure that like I show up for myself creatively every day is I will get dressed. And sometimes you get dressed, right, and the outfit is perfect, it's like popping from the jump, you love everything about it. Sometimes you get dressed and the outfit, like something's off about it. And like those are the days that I learn the most about myself. It's like, like what feels off? Does this feel too girly? Does this feel too something? And like it's only like through like I guess that perceived mistake, like do I learn more about myself. And I notice that happens in art too. Like, so sometimes I'll make a piece and I'm like, this piece is, cool. It looks good enough, but something about it doesn't feel like me. And so like through those mistakes, that's how I've like learned the colors that I like. So to keep this like piece durable, I'm gonna like add some, what is this called? Mod Podge. I just keep it in a cup and I water it down a little bit. I'm gonna paint that over this, and I'll show another example of like one that's finished because I don't know if this will dry in time. But yeah, so this is a finished one. This one actually has a thicker spine, and then it has the pages on the inside, just the blank white pages. So whoever gets this can create whatever they want to create. So I'm gonna Mod Podge over this. Yeah, and again, thank you guys for being here. So I want to, okay, so I was talking about like, um, me making mistakes with like the kind of colors that I wanted to see in my art. and like just trying stuff out. Like, so I painted like a couple paintings that were like really, really warm colors. And then so like if you're not into art, that would be like the yellows, the reds, the oranges, those types of things. And I do like those colors, but what I learned is I like colors that are more neutral. And I only like learned that by like making mistakes and having to like sit with them and like wonder like why don't I love this? Like why does this work not feel like me? And and that was like and that was critical, and like that couldn't have been learned through perfection. Like no way, no how. And so it's yeah, so just me like being grateful for like my level of imperfectness. And then like also in in life, like I get really excited, so I talk really fast, and I stumble over words, and like yeah, like some people are like, gosh, you should try to speak better, like maybe you should go to like a Toastmasters class. But like honestly, like all of my like good friends that have lasted throughout my life, they are the people that rock with me through that. And like come to find out later on, they were like, you were just so unapologetically yourself, and that's why I knew I could open up to you. And like that's like another gift of like not being perfect, you know, like I was approachable, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just over here like just counting the blessings of not being perfect and showing up when I'm not ready, and like all of the things, so that I can just be brave and feel ready to show up at this like art fair thing where other artists, maybe they've been doing it for a really long time and they have everything all dialed in, and they have these like perfect pieces that are printed on top notch stuff, and like um yeah, and for me to just stand strong in like this part of my journey, like it's so exciting to be a beginner. So this needs to dry. So I'm gonna put this one aside, and I am like in hardcore production mode right now because this event is on Saturday, and I just signed up like a couple days ago, and so I don't have like enough pieces to go to it. So yeah, so I'm gonna put this aside to dry. I learned from one of the other ones I should really smooth this out as best I can. Okay, and I'll be right back. I want to show the next like piece that I want to put on the front of the journal. Okay, so I think that I want to put this piece on the front of one of the journals. So this is what I do, guys, because I'm a little strange. Like if I eat anything and I like the shape of the cardboard, I'll save it. So I just saved this cardboard. These are actually like the tabs that get used like you know, to seal the actual box. So, and these are the folds that are originally in the box, so this is how wide the spine's gonna be. So like the upcycling process is so much, for me, like why it's so healing, it's just like finding whatever thing like that should be discarded, like that this company is telling me is waste, and being like, nah, I don't believe that, I don't accept that. And so like yeah, like the things that I make from it may be like imperfect, but when people like find out sometimes like what it is that I made X thing out of, it's so exciting because they are yeah, they're happily surprised, and they can look at the world around them just like with way more abundance, is what I'm finding. Okay, so this piece, I think it will look really, really pretty if it's like on a black background. I think that makes it pop. And so, yeah, so I'm going to be having these papers, and I'm going to tear them up. Same process as before. So cardboard. It has like this like shininess to it that I don't like. Makes it hard to glue onto. So I'm gonna be just sanding this down. I am truly amazed that there are 5 of y'all here right now. Thank you so much for being here. I can see the chat, so if you do want to like, you know, say anything about like perfectionism or just to say hi, I'm excited and down to read your message and engage with you. But if not, it's all good. I totally just watch lives and say nothing. I'm just like chilling and enjoying. So if that's your vibe, I appreciate you so much for being here. Um, so right now I'm just sanding this down some more, and I'm gonna keep on talking about perfectionism and dispelling it as something that I need on my journey. Um, okay, so there's this other piece of art that I made actually for an event that I did with Marissa Price. She's MSW. She's here on YouTube if you ever want to find her. She talks a lot about like healing for Black women, healing from toxic jobs. Yeah, just like a dope person. She has lots of dope interviews on her channel. But yeah, so we had this event and there was a piece that I made and I kept remaking it, and then I was doing it traditionally. And initially, like I kept telling myself like, oh my gosh, it's not good enough. It has all these mistakes. And so I ended up, I think I did I down. Oh, I took a picture of my traditional art pile, and I ended up going back over it and Procreate like a digital file creation format to like just like perfect it, what I thought was perfecting it at the time. And I still really stand by that piece, even the digital one, and I love it, and it was like a new process. But it's funny because a couple days ago I came across the original, and I could just like appreciate the original so much more after that after like in the past, like looking at it with like these eyes of like, I need to be professional, I need to be impressive, like and so that was just like a really really cool learning lesson for me, that like, you know, all the stages of the piece can be really really special, really really magical, like the imperfect version, the one that has um like I've put more effort into really perfecting it. I think I'm starting to get the sniffles. I'm sorry if you heard that. That was not cute. But hopefully it's something that just hydrating up will fix, because I'm looking forward to going to this event this weekend. Yeah, so this one is the exact same process as before. I am just tearing up paper and applying it. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep on going until I am all done. I'm realizing I thought I would be able to finish this next journal on camera, but I don't think that I am because I'm starting to get hungry. So, yeah, I will just, I guess like one more time, just show a couple of like the finished ones that I have done. Finished journal with all the texture, beautifully imperfect. Um, this piece is called Wonder, another beautifully imperfect journal that I'm excited to share with folks. These two. So I am just going to continue on in the process after I get some food. Last one, this is the one that we were making together today. Yeah, thank you for being here with me while I made it. It made it extra special, like to the point I'm like, I don't know if I want to sell this one anymore, because it was really special to do this. And community, thank you guys. It made me feel like stronger and more confident to do this with all of you. I feel like I unpacked a lot of the feelings I had about perfectionism as we talked this all out together. Um, and just remembering that perfectionism doesn't really it doesn't serve me as an artist. It doesn't serve where I'm trying to go. My people want my work in its raw form. I enjoy work that's real and raw. And so, yeah, go out there, make your imperfectly beautiful, amazing art. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so, 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 so grateful for you. Bye for now.